no, I'm not motivated to do it. Yes, I understand. What do you like? You want this back? Sorry.
No, it's okay, man. Like this, it's like I told people it too, right? Like I'm teaching a class, like my Pilates class, and people walking by in the background and stuff like this. Where everyone's at home right now. Like we expect like a polished, airtight studio. Like, I mean, come on.
It's like this is not an airtight studio. Kind of background is I always started originally in automotive industry more than 10-15 years ago, and then I was always really involved in fitness in some way or shape or form, mostly through martial arts, mostly. Cool. So it was all about getting better shape and getting myself and teammates ready for competitions and all that kind of stuff. And that kind of really morphed into more or less my fitness journey as far as like becoming a professional, like a coach more than anything, and helping build off that. And that's where I really started to get more involved in the fitness side of, you know, athletes and building off that more than anything. Yep. And then as I was doing that more privately within my own team and all that kind of jazz, it morphed into obviously where we ended up at Lifetime, and that's how I built really kind of like my my knowledge base. Really, that's when I really exploded my old knowledge base from there. Was learning from guys like yourself and learning from a whole bunch of other people to really build off of what I knew, but then how to expand that even more. And again, like I always call it as a white belt forever. We're always constantly learning and trying to be better day by day by day. So have I ever peaked? No, because there's still so much more out there to learn. And whether it's through jiu-jitsu, through fitness or anything, there's just so much knowledge. You can't do everything. So you have to kind of pick your niche, which is the best thing you can do, and really try to strive off that. Right? What am I good at? I'm good at fundamental movements. I'm good at functionality. I'm good at certain aspects of my game. And so that's what I really looked for in clients, and making sure I'd be able to make sure I can handle those individuals too. Yes. And if I'm not, then I got to put them to somebody else or whatever, right?
Yeah, exactly. So who coined that term white belt forever? Like, I mean,
I think that was...
that's been said so many different ways, but like, just hear it out, I was like, yeah, that's like so true, man.
If I had to really look into the histories of it, it'd probably be more of a judo thing, because again, like as Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is like my main sport that I've done forever, like almost 20 years now. But I think it really comes from more of a judo background of them saying white belt forever. But obviously Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is really kind of coned it as, you're a white belt, and you're just always learning. And they always say black belt is just a white belt who never quit. Right? It's just trying to build off that and try to add and learn more, because trying to build off that and try to add and learn more, because the more and more I've done jiu-jitsu and gone to different places, I've seen people who have completely different skill sets and are just amazing in certain different styles of their game, but it's just one person's really good at one style and the other person's not really, and those two styles clash, and it's just interesting how people feed off each other, or they don't know this and they know that, and different pressure or whatever, right? So,
yeah. Love that. Like white belt forever. That's so sick. I think that's like, I mean, that translates to like so many areas of our lives too, right? Like everything, 100%. Dude, like everything is a sport analogy. You just stop and think about it.
Absolutely. And, 100%. I mean, it's like, even like when I became a dad for the first time, right? Like you don't know anything, right? You have to pick up things as you learn, right? And you have to talk to other dads to understand, okay, how do you deal with your kids when they do X, Y, Z, or like, how did you get through this hump phase or whatever, right? I look at right now as kind of like a blessing, because it's like, before it's like we had a schedule, we had a routine, there were things I didn't see and whatever, and now I'm at a 24 hours a day at home with my boys. That is not necessarily something that I've ever done before, right? So this is a little new for me, right? And I'm slowly, you can see through my videos, it's progressing. It's going to be an interesting transition, I think.
Yeah. Right? What do you think you're going to keep going when you go back to work and you're more hands-on at work as well?
I think thank you. Thank you. I think the biggest thing I might keep is just the dictatorship to schedule, right? Like that was the one thing I got really good at, just maintaining a schedule more than anything. Is like, these are my days off and this is what I do. I think the biggest thing would be not doing any work whatsoever at home. So like no emails, no, I think maybe less social media time, like be more present at home. That would be the biggest thing.
Yeah. Oh man, it's crazy.
So how have things been going with you? Have you been like trying to stay on top of like your social media, or just? I
feel like this has been something that I've been spending more time with, cultivating more so than even doing online training. Like just trying to take care of my clients and make sure they're moving. But yes, like Uni's saying, is like just establishing that community. And the best analogy that I've found for this, like right now, you can take this time to plant something that grows really quick, like an annual plant sort of thing, or you could take time to plant seeds to grow a tree. And I realized that this is a season where I'm starting to plant seeds to grow trees. That by the time we get back into our patterns of doing things, I'm not going to say getting back to normal, because I don't think there's a normal. There'll be a new normal. But at that time, maybe, this is something that becomes like a bona fide program. And maybe some of the online clients that I have that I've met and started to grow my business with, that weren't my regular flow of people, will stay on, right? So I'm trying to focus on this time, not on building fast enough to make quick money, but to just plant trees, something that'll be like, will grow and will just flourish and can have a life of its own besides my life that I'll be trying to start to reintegrate, like face-to-face clients once again.
People have said, "Oh, I don't have time to do X. I don't have time to do whatever." Right? Right now, that's all everybody has right now. Right?
Yeah.
They literally, whether they're on a furlough or whatever, right? Everybody has a lot of time to just sit, relax, write a pros con list of everything that they're doing right now. And then really kind of orchestrate and go, okay, you know what, this is my next step, or this is something that's going to lead me somewhere else.
Exactly. So, I'm going to read Uni's comment while you...
go.
So learning new skills and being on admin and marketing, things I don't focus on when I was just teaching and working for a studio. The line I've been using for the last week and a half, and I've always lived by this too, is that we spend so much time working in the business that we don't spend any time working on the business.
Agreed.
And right now, this is a time where we actually have time to work on our businesses. So like Uni's saying now, get your admin on point, get your marketing on point, start to do some pros and cons, and like those 15 ideas you have, distill those down to 2 or 3 things that you want to really chase after. Documentary yet on Netflix?
I haven't yet. I've seen it. I didn't have a chance to watch it yet, though.
Talk about elite. Like, back in the day when she was like, just the way that she went through her training, and her mom was a world champion and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's just interesting that they're saying that she was just so special. She was so elite that if she was in the ring by herself, if she was left with no one else to train with and no one to help her, no one to instruct her, she just was in the ring by herself, she would get better over the year, just practicing by herself and just visioning moves and working on stuff like that. Like, and I thought that was an interesting concept. Like, just think about your jiu-jitsu and us all at home, or me with my Pilates. Like, I mean, if I was just locked in a room and I had no one to give me one more breath of instruction on what to do next, would I get better day over day, week over week, year over year?
Oh, yeah. No, and you know what? Like, when it comes... It's all about mindset. I truly believe that in time, right? 100%, I think being in the situation we are in, is everybody going to be able to do more solo drilling, just visualization? Absolutely, right? Yes. That's a mindset. What can we do now to make sure we come out of this whole experience a better person? Right. I think that's the biggest thing. Because if you can go and say, hey, I was stuck in my house for the last 45 days, but I learned a new skill. I joined a master class. I got physically more flexible because I was able to stretch more often. I did more flexibility exercises. I was able to do 10 push-ups. I could only do 4 before. If you're able to do that and walk out of this whole thing with a positive, you're rocking.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. As the lady says, you learned how to change diapers, or you changed diapers.
I've been changing diapers since this other one was 4,
There you
like
go.
4 years ago.
Seasoned veteran.
I'm seasoned. I know all this thing. I just complain. There's a difference. If you're not complaining, you're not working.
Can you just talk about, even though Lifetime, like every commercial gym, isn't open right now, talk about how you've married the two, like your passion for Pilates and your personal training, passion for jiu-jitsu and your personal training.
Yeah, absolutely.
Together.
So I think, especially within the last little bit, was the biggest thing is whenever I did start there, my whole goal was to get mats in that place, right? So my whole goal is, how do I get to be doing training 5 days a week on the mats, but not necessarily going to a dojo, right? Because it just wasn't physically possible with my wife and the boys and all that kind of stuff. It was like, how did I marry the two together? It was like, my whole thing was, I wanted people, and again, I think we get a lot of our clients marry our personalities where they're like, because they like you, right? They're not going to train with you if they don't like you. You might be really good at what you do, but if they don't find a personal connection with you, they're not going to be a client very long.
Not for very long, yeah.
Yeah, they might come utilize you because of your certain skill set or whatever, but they're not going to be your client for a lifetime because of whatever reason. Right? Because you just don't have that connection.
There's a way of making the thing that you're passionate about attractive enough that people will want to do it. And I've seen how you've made that attractive for men and women to do it. Whereas it may be to just do something that you see on TV or you see in like UFC and you think, okay, I'll never be able to do that.
Yeah.
Or how do I get good at that? I'm never going to be a purple belt or a black belt in this, so I'm not even going to start. And then you've made it attractive in that way.
You have to look at our program as more of a, who's our audience, who is available to us, but then, okay, what are we trying to teach? We're trying to teach self-defense. We're trying to teach the art, right?
Yes.
There's sport and then there's art. Martial arts is self-defense, right? So we're trying to teach the art of self-defense, but then also apply the sport aspect to it as well. Oh, I know. Yeah, I know. I feel it. I'm getting a little bit of hate. There's no sympathy, they say.
No, sympathy's not going to happen. No,
exactly. No. So, which is fine. I'm not worried about it. My whole thing was I'm going to make it because it's like the stressful day of what would I say? A single dad with a dual income right now.
Yeah, it's a good gig. It's a good gig. And then it's funny, like I was watching, I think I was watching Ozark, and the guy, like the lady called and said this line to the drug boss, and he basically said to her, like, "Do you expect me to congratulate you for doing what's your responsibility?" Click.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm not looking for any high fives or anything like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely if it was a mommy blog, 100%. There'd be like, there'd be like followers all over the place. And like, I get one new follower, I'm like, yes, yeah, making stuff happen.
Yeah, I know.
I didn't do it to like create followers or whatever. I did it to, how do I put my day into a little bit of better perspective for other individuals and have some fun with it as well.